Hello students. So in this class we will see one experiment. This is our second experiment. Find the diameter of a wire using a screw gauge and determine percentage error in cross sectional area. Okay, so this is the small diagram. This is screw gauge and this is a wire. So we will measure the diameter of the wire and at the end we will find the cross sectional area of this wire. Okay. So the required components are first one screw gauge and second one copper wire. We will measure the diameter of copper wire using this screw gauge. Okay. So first we will understand the instrument, what are the different parts of the instrument and what is its application where we can use this screw gauge. Okay. Then we will see the few very important parts of this instrument, of this screw gauge. Okay. So one by one we will see this. First one, this is the instrument. Okay. This is the screw gauge. Different parts are, this is stud, this is a fixed part, this is spindle. This part can move forward and backward when we rotate this thimble or ratchet. Using ratchet, if we rotate this thimble, then the spindle part will move forward or backward. Okay. This is lock, means after fixing, after putting something inside, in between stud and spindle, we can lock that position, then we can take the reading so that there will be no error in our reading. This is sleeve with main scale. This is the main scale. Okay. Main scale is graduated in millimeter. The smallest division in main scale is 1 millimeter. Okay. And this is the baseline. Okay. This line is the baseline. And there are number of divisions on the circular scale. This is circular scale. Okay. Here there are 50 divisions. But what we use in the experiment in our laboratory, that in that instrument there are 100 small divisions on the circular scale. Okay. So that 100 divisions, we need that value 100. Okay. And we need another value to measure the least count of this whole instrument. Okay. Least count means what? The smallest length. Okay. The smallest length that we can measure using this instrument, using this screw gauge. Okay. This is the frame. Okay. This is rotating scale or circular scale. You can tell this is thimble. If we rotate this, the spindle part will move forward or backward. Okay. In between stud and spindle, we put the thing for which the diameter or the thickness we want to measure. Okay. And each screw gauge will get this kind of scale. This is 0 to 25 millimeter. That means maximum main scale reading we can get up to 25 millimeter. And this is the least count 0.01 millimeter. It is written here, but we will calculate. Okay. But we will calculate 0.01 millimeter is the least count of the screw gauge given here. Okay. So now look at the application part. So these are different application parts. To measure diameter of the wire, which one we will do in our laboratory. To measure thickness of a paper. To measure diameter of small spherical ball, and all this measurement can be done up to an accuracy of third decimal place of a centimeter, that is correct up to 0.001 centimeter. So this is the least count. This is the smallest value we can measure using this instrument. Okay. So we will see first the calculation part, means the pitch. There is one term, pitch of this screw gauge. Okay. And another term is least count. How to measure that pitch and least count, that we will see first. Okay. And we have to measure that pitch and least count before starting the experiment, before taking the readings. Okay. So come to the next part, that is determination of pitch. Okay. It is the distance moved by the tip of the screw when its cap is turned one complete revolution. Okay. That means that spindle part will move forward or backward by some distance if we rotate that cap by one complete rotation. Okay. Then that distance along the main scale is called the pitch. And for normal screw gauge that we use in the laboratory, for that screw gauge pitch becomes 1 millimeter. Okay, 1 millimeter means 0.1 centimeter. Clear? Now this pitch is required for calculating least count of the screw gauge. So least count of the screw gauge is the smallest value that we can measure by using screw gauge. Okay, and the least count equal to pitch by total number of divisions on circular scale. Pitch is how much? 0.1 centimeter. So we'll put it here. By total number of divisions on circular scale that we use in the laboratory, there are 100 divisions. So 0.1 by 100, we will get 0.001 centimeter. So this is the least count of the screw gauge. That means this is the smallest value that we can measure by using screw gauge. Okay. So these two things we have to measure at the beginning of the experiment. Okay. Next thing, we have to check whether there is any error in the instrument or not. If there is any error in the instrument, that at the beginning we have to measure the error of the instrument. Okay. So how to measure the instrument, how to understand which kind of error is there. Okay. So look at this next part. So when stud and spindle of the screw gauge are joined together, that means we will rotate the cap and we will join the stud and spindle of the screw gauge. And if the zero mark of circular scale coincides with the baseline of main scale, then screw gauge is free from zero error. If this is the condition you get in your instrument, then there is no error. Okay, you do not have to calculate any kind of error. You will just write that zero mark of circular scale coincides with the zero mark of main line. So in this instrument there is no error. This instrument is free from zero error. But if they do not coincide, then what will happen? Then we will get the zero error. Okay, there are two kinds of error. First one is positive zero error. Positive zero error means what? When zero mark on circular scale is below the baseline. Okay, zero mark on circular scale is below the baseline. Look at this diagram. Zero mark on circular scale is below the baseline. Okay, so then you will understand that there is positive error in your instrument. Okay, how to calculate that error? Because at the end of your experiment you have to subtract that error, because we do not need any kind of error in our measurement. Okay, so first we will calculate the error and at the end we will subtract this error. So when it is positive zero error, then calculation is, first you will put the plus sign because it is positive zero error, then put the bracket circular coinciding division. That means any one division on the circular scale will coincide with the baseline. That means these two things, one mark on the circular scale will be in the same line with the baseline. Okay, that number will take. It may be 2, it may be 3, it may be 5, it may be 6, whatever. But that reading will take which marking on the circular scale is coinciding with baseline. Then we will multiply that number by its least count. Least count means 0.001 centimeter. So then we will get the positive zero error value. Okay. So first you will put positive sign, then circular coinciding division into least count. You will get the positive zero error value of positive zero error in your instrument. Okay. Now come to negative zero error. That means second kind of error, that is negative zero error. Okay. Here look at this diagram. Here the zero mark on circular scale is above the baseline. This is zero mark. Zero mark of circular scale is above the baseline. So if you get this is the situation in your instrument, that means there is negative error in your instrument. Okay, you have to understand this thing. So then how will you calculate? Here calculation is a little bit different. What is the calculation? Calculation is, first for negative zero error you will put negative sign, then bracket total number of circular divisions. In this instrument what we use in the laboratory, there are 100 circular divisions minus circular coinciding divisions. Okay, it may be 90, it may be 95, it may be 80, 85, 86, whatever. That will write here circular coinciding division. Okay, we will subtract circular coinciding division from 100. 100 is what? The total number of circular coinciding division. Okay, total number of circular divisions, not coinciding, circular divisions. minus circular coinciding divisions. Okay, that means any one division, any one mark on the circular scale will be in the same line with baseline. Okay, that number will subtract from 100 into least count, that is 0.001 centimeter. Clear? So in this way you will get negative zero error, and here you will get the positive zero error. This is the two cases. Okay, so if your instrument is free from zero error, then fine, you will write this sentence only. Okay, write this sentence. If there is a error, then check whether it is positive error or negative error. If it is positive error, then write the circular coinciding division and calculate the positive error. If there is negative error, then write the circular coinciding division and calculate the negative error in centimeter. Okay, if in question it is given that calculate in millimeter, all the things calculate in millimeter, then you will find it millimeter. Clear? So this is the theoretical part. Okay, now I am going to the experiment part. First I will show you how to do this experiment, then I will take you to the laboratory and I will show you again how to take the reading using instrument, then I will show you the all calculations. Okay, clear? Hello students, so welcome to all of you in this virtual lab session. So here look at this instrument, this is the screw gauge. Okay, so I am taking here the least count of the instrument 0.01 millimeter, that means 0.001 centimeter. Okay, here I will measure the diameter of a wire. Okay, first I have to measure the least count. Least count is already given here, so I am not measuring it again. Here I have to check whether the error is there or not in the instrument. So this is start part and this is spindle part. So I will rotate this cap, circular cap, I am rotating it, it is moving forward. Okay, it is moving forward. Okay, so let them join first. Okay, so they are joined now. Now look at this part, look at this part. Here we are getting 0 mark on the circular scale is above the the baseline. Okay, this is 0 mark on the circular scale is above the baseline. So here which kind of error, which kind of error we will get? So we will get here negative error. Okay, negative error. Okay, now we have to calculate the value of this negative error. Okay, so calculation, how to do that calculation? So first negative error means we will put negative sign. Okay, then we will put bracket, then total number of circular divisions. Total number of circular divisions will be how much? There are 100 divisions, so 100. Okay, then minus circular coinciding division. Look at here, circular coinciding divisions. Okay, any one mark on the circular scale will be in the same line with the base. Okay, so circular coinciding division here 98. Can you look everyone? 98. Okay, so 98, then bracket, then least count. Okay, least count means how much? Least count means here 0.01 millimeter, or you can put 0.001 centimeter. Okay, so you will get at the end 0 minus 0.002 centimeter. Okay, so this is the negative error. Okay, for your experiment. Okay, at the end of the experiment we will remove this negative error part by subtracting this part from the measured value, measured diameter. Okay, so I am writing at one side this negative error value. It is how much? How much? Minus 0.002 centimeter. Okay, clear? Okay, I am erasing this part now. Okay, now I am taking this wire and I am putting it in between stud and spindle. Okay, so I have kept the wire. Now again I am rotating, this ratchet part. The spindle part is moving forward. Okay, clear? Okay, now look at this. Okay, so this is the reading. Okay, here main scale reading, first we'll write the main scale reading, or you can tell this main scale means this scale on the baseline. Okay, so main scale reading, main scale reading will be how much here? Main scale reading means the marking on the baseline which is just crossed by the circular scale. Okay, which is just crossed. Here we can see only this zero value, so main scale reading is 0. Okay, main scale reading is 0. Okay, because we can see only this 0 value here. Okay, all the other values are in inside this circular scale, so which we can see only that thing we will write here. Okay, MSR, that value will be in millimeter, you will convert that value into centimeter. Okay, now come to circular coinciding division. Circular coinciding division. Okay, circular coinciding division will be what? Look at here, circular coinciding division is here 45, 46. Okay, then how will you calculate the circular scale reading? So circular scale reading is what? Circular coinciding division, that means 46 here into least count, that is 0.001 centimeter. So you will get how much? 0.046 centimeter. Okay, so this is one reading. Okay, so in this way we will take many readings. So I am taking another reading again. So just I am deleting this value. Okay, I am deleting all this value, just I am keeping this reading, this negative error. So I am taking another one, so reset. Okay, so again I am taking where, I am putting where, again I am rotating it. I hope you can understand now how to take the reading. Okay, so this is the part, so here again we can see the 0 value only. So main scale reading will be 0. Okay, circular coinciding division is how much here? Again here we are getting 46. Okay, so circular scale reading will be how much? Circular coinciding divisions, that means 46 here into the least count 0.001 centimeter. Okay, so we will get 0.046 centimeter. Okay, so this is the circular scale reading. Okay, then we will find what? The observed value. Okay, observed value will be what? Main scale reading plus circular scale reading. Here main scale reading is 0, so 0 plus circular scale reading, 0 plus this circular scale reading will be how much? 0.046 centimeter. Okay, understand how to calculate? So I am writing this observed value here. Okay, so 0.046 centimeter. I am erasing this. So I am writing this value here. Observed reading, OBSERVED, observed equal to 0.046 centimeter. Okay, at the end, for getting the correct value we have to subtract that error part. So correct value will be what? Observed value. Okay, observed minus error with sign. You will write error with sign. Okay, you will write error with sign. Clear? Now how to calculate this correct value? So you will calculate this correct value like this. So observed value means how much? 0.046, then minus, this is negative error, so again put bracket, minus 0.002. Okay, that much centimeter. You will get how much? Equal to 0.048 centimeter. Clear? So in this way we will calculate the value, correct value, observed value first we will calculate, then we will subtract the error from observed value, because we do not need any kind of error in our measurement. Okay, so in this way we will subtract error with sign. Do not take only the magnitude, error with sign we have to subtract. Okay, that means in this way we will write if there is negative error. In this way we will also write if there is positive error. That time you will put here plus sign, plus error you will get for positive error. Then you will calculate the reading. In this way we will take few readings, okay, and then we will find the mean diameter of wire. Okay, after that we will calculate the cross sectional area. Again, after finding few cross sectional area, we will find the mean cross sectional area, and at the end we will see the percentage error in calculating the cross sectional area. So all the calculation I will show on the board in the laboratory. Okay. So students, now this is the practical lab, and here I am going to show the practical part, that is measuring the diameter of this wire, okay, using screw gauge. This is the screw gauge in my hand, and this is the wire for which I want to measure the diameter. After that I will calculate the cross sectional area, okay, then I will calculate the percentage error. Okay, so this is the calculation part I will show here. Okay, I have already discussed the theory part, and I have already shown you how to do the practical in virtual lab session. Okay, so our first work is to calculate the pitch of this screw gauge. Okay, so how to calculate the pitch of the screw gauge? So first, this is the baseline I am showing here. Okay, so this is the baseline, and I am putting the 0 mark is coinciding with the baseline. Okay, here first 0 mark is coinciding with the baseline. Okay, clear? Now I am giving a complete rotation, one full rotation. Okay, I am rotating it, one full rotation I am giving. Okay, then I will check how much distance this spindle part has moved forward or backward, how much linear distance it has moved. So here, after giving a complete rotation, I am seeing that it is moving by 1 millimeter. Okay, so that 1 millimeter is the pitch equal to 1 millimeter, or you can write 0.1 centimeter. Okay, so pitch is what? It is the distance moved by the spindle part along the main scale when it is given a complete rotation. Okay, now when I am getting pitch, so this is the first part we have to calculate. Second one, we have to calculate the least count. Okay, it is written by LC. So least count, how to calculate least count? What is the formula of this least count? So for calculating least count, this is the required formula: pitch by number of circular scale division. Okay, number of circular scale division. So this is a normal screw gauge. In this screw gauge, you will get 100 small divisions on the circular scale. Okay, so we will get least count equal to 0.1 by 100 centimeter. You will get 0.001 centimeter. So this is the second calculation we have to do. So least count means what? It is the smallest distance that the screw gauge can measure. Okay, smallest value that this screw gauge can measure, that is 0.001 centimeter. We need this value for all the calculations. Okay, and third one we will calculate the error part. Okay, so I am writing here error. First I will check whether there is any error or not. If there is no error, then fine. Okay, we do not have to calculate the error. If there is any error, then we have to calculate the error. So first I am rotating here for calculating error. We will touch the spindle and start part together. Okay, so I am rotating it. Okay, so it is just touched. Okay, just touched. Clear? Now I will check here. So here I am getting that 0 mark on the circular scale is above the baseline. Okay. So what I am getting? 0 mark on circular scale is above the baseline. Okay. Okay. If this is the condition, then which kind of error you will get? Which kind of error? There are two kinds of error, positive error and negative error. So which kind of error you will get for this condition? So for this condition, we will get negative error. Okay. So negative error. So in my instrument there are some negative error. Now how to calculate this negative error? Now calculation. Okay. So there is negative error. So before calculating the negative error, we will take one reading from the scale, that is the coinciding division. Okay, coinciding division. Here I am saying that this coinciding division is 98. Okay, coinciding division is 98. Okay, clear? So I am writing it here. Coinciding division equal to 98. What is that coinciding division? Any one marking on the circular scale will coincide with the baseline. Okay, so that is the coinciding division. Now calculation part. So negative error equal to what? Because of this negative error, first we will put negative sign. Okay, first we will put negative sign, then bracket, then total number of circular scale divisions, that is 100, minus coinciding division 98 into list count 0.001 centimeter. So you will get minus 0.002 centimeter. Okay, clear? So this is the basic calculation which we have to find before taking readings. Clear? So from these three calculations, we need this list count part and we need this error part. So I am erasing this. You will note down this part. Okay. So now I am writing list count here. So list count equal to 0.001 centimeter and error here negative error. So minus 0.002 centimeter. Where we get. These are the two required things. Okay. Clear? Clear? Now come to the readings. Now we will take the reading. Okay. Now we will take the reading. This is where, and this is the screw gauge. Now we will take the reading for diameter. Okay. So I am making the table. Okay. Okay, students. Now this is the table. This is the first table to measure the diameter of the wire. Okay. So first column serial number, main scale reading. Main scale reading I have given a name X, will be measured in centimeter. Circular coinciding division, then circular scale reading I have given a name Y, measured in centimeter. Observed diameter formula is X plus Y will be in centimeter. Zero error is already in centimeter, and then corrected diameter. Okay, at the end we have to subtract this error because we do not need any kind of error in our measurement. Okay, so I am taking one reading. Okay, so this is the wire. Okay, so I am placing this wire in between stud and spindle part. Okay, so in this way I have placed the wire. Okay, I am rotating this, okay, so this is the thing. Clear? So it is hold between the stud and spindle part. Okay, in this position we will take the reading. Okay, so main scale reading is what? Main scale reading is that value on the baseline which we can see. Okay, here look, here which value you can see? You can see only the 0 value. Okay, so main scale reading will be 0. Okay, here main scale is graduated in millimeter, but when you write here, you will write it in centimeter. Okay, now circular coinciding division. So after this, our next step is to take the circular coinciding division reading. That means any one marking on the circular scale will be in the same line of with base. Okay, so here I am saying it is almost 64. Okay, 64. Okay, right, note down that data. Then circular scale reading, there is a formula for circular scale reading. You will use this formula here. Okay, that formula is circular coinciding division 64 into least count 0.001. Okay, no need to write the unit because the unit is already written here. So its value will be 0.064 centimeter. Clear? So this is the circular scale reading. Then observed diameter. Observed diameter is x plus y. So again write the formula 0 plus 0.064. You will get 0.064. Okay, in this way you will write. Zero error. Okay, for all the data, zero error will be this minus 0.002. No need to write the unit because it is already written here. And at the end, correct diameter. So you have to subtract. Always subtract with sign. So observed value minus error with sign. Observed value minus error with sign. Okay, so observed value is 0.064 minus 0.002. Okay, so you will get how much? 0.066. It will also be in centimeter. So one row is completed. Okay, so first in serial number 1 we will take, this is the first reading. This is the first reading. In the same serial number we will take the second reading. Okay, we will take the second reading. Second reading why? Second reading why, and at which position, in how will you take the second reading? Suppose this is the first position of the wire. Okay, second position will be at the same position, but we will rotate this wire by 90 degree. Okay, rotate the wire by 90 degree. Okay, rotate the wire by 90 degree and hold it. Okay, we do this thing basically to remove the irregularity in the wire. Okay, so again we will take the reading. Main scale reading is 0 again. Okay, circular scale reading we are getting here 65. So write 65. Okay, then circular scale reading will be 65 into 0.001. You will get 0.065. Okay, then observed diameter is x plus y. X plus y, that means 0 plus 0.065. You will get 0.065. Error will remain same for all the calculation, 0.002, and at the end we have to subtract the error. So write the proper formula, 0.065 minus of minus 0.002. So you will get how much? 0.067. Okay. So this is the correct diameter. Okay. After that, you will make another column. Where you will write the diameter. Okay. Mean diameter of this first two. Okay. Again you will take the second serial number 2. In serial number 2 you will take again 2 readings. Okay. At different positions you will take 2 readings. Again serial number 3. Again you will take another 2 readings. Okay. So in this way you will get how much? 6 readings. Okay. Here 6 correct diameters you will get. Okay. And you will take the average of these 2 consecutive corrected diameter. Okay. Then you will get the corrected diameter, mean diameter for serial number 1, mean diameter for serial number 2, and mean diameter for serial number 3. So here I am doing only serial number 1. So mean diameter will be, mean means average. Okay. So mean diameter is denoted by suppose D1. Okay. It will be how much? 0.066 plus 0.067 by 2 centimeter, and you will get how much? Use the calculator. You will get how much? Use the calculator. Okay. 0.066, 0.066 plus 0.067 equal by 2. Okay. You will get 0.0665, but we will take 3 decimal place because least count is up to 3 decimal place. So I am writing all the values, 0.0665 centimeter. Okay. Now we have to round up to 3 decimal place. Okay, up to 3 decimal place. So 0.066 up to this we will take. So we have to remove this 5. Okay, now round up. After 5 there is nothing. There is nothing means we will check the previous digit. Previous digit is here even. Even means it will remain same. So 0.066 centimeter. Clear? So this is the proper calculation for D1. So this is diameter 1. Again you will get diameter for 2 and diameter for 3. Clear? Clear? So in this way you will complete the first table. This table is for calculating the diameter of the wire. Okay. So 0.066. So in this way D1, D2 and D3 you will get. So after getting this D1, D2, D3 you will find the mean diameter. Mean diameter. Mean diameter will be what? D1 plus D2 plus D3 by 3 because we have taken 3 serial number. Okay, so mean diameter will be D1 plus D2 plus D3 by 3 this much centimeter. Clear? So diameter, calculation of diameter is finished. Okay, now come to the calculation of cross sectional area. Okay, now come to the calculation of cross sectional area. Okay, so first I am putting the serial number. We have taken 3 serial numbers in diameter. So here also we will write the 3 serial numbers. Suppose 1, 2 and 3. Okay, clear? Clear? Now this is diameter D1. Here you will get D2 and here you will get D3. So for D1 this is the value 0.066 centimeter. Here we will write in meter. So it will be 0.00 centimeter to meter. That means 10 to the power minus 2. Okay. So I am writing it in proper way. So here centimeter to meter it will be 0.066 into 10 to the power minus 2. Okay. Again suppose I am moving this point here, then it will be again 10 to the power minus 2, more 10 to the power minus 2. So 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 4. Okay. So diameter is 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 4. Okay. 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 4. Clear? So what will be the cross sectional area? This is the diameter. This is the diameter. Okay. And this wire, cross sectional area of this wire is circular. Okay. Cross sectional area of this wire is circular. Okay. So cross sectional area means area of the circle. So area of the circle is, so area A1, area of the circle is pi r square. Okay, pi r square means in terms of d, it will be pi d square by 4. Okay, what will be the value? So pi d square by 4. So I am calculating it here. Okay, so pi into d square, d is 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 4. So 6.6 into 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 4 means it will be 8. Okay, equal by 4. Okay, we are getting 3.42 into 10 to the power minus 7. 3.42 into 10 to the power minus 7. So this is area A1. In the same way you will calculate A2 and A3. Clear? Clear? Next column, mean cross sectional area, A bar. Mean cross sectional area means you will add this 3 cross sectional area and then divide by 3. So mean cross sectional area, I am writing the formula only, that is A1 plus A2 plus A3 by 3. Clear? Clear? Next, delta A. Delta A, this is the formula written here. A means A average minus AI. If I equal to 1, then A average minus A1. For this row, A average minus A2. And for this row, A average minus A3. Clear? Clear? Okay. Okay. So, here delta A means A average minus A1. In this row you will get, in the second row you will get A average minus A2, and in the third row you will get A average minus A3. Okay, maybe these values are positive or negative, whatever. Maybe the values, these values may be positive, maybe negative, whatever. Now come to this fourth column. In fourth column, this is mod sign, mod delta A. Mod A bar A average minus AI. A bar means A average or mean A minus AI. They are mod. Mod means only magnitude, no negative sign. Okay, only magnitude. So here we will take mod. Okay, so A average minus A1, then A average minus A2, and then A average minus A3. Okay, here no need to use the formula because the values you will get here, only you will write the values. Okay, without negative sign. Clear? Without negative sign. Whatever the value you will get here, result you will get in this column, you will write the same data here without negative sign. Okay, this is the modulus. Clear? So this is the total table for cross sectional area. Clear? Now what is our calculation? So this is the calculation for area, but we will found the mean area. This one we need. Okay, this one we need, this one we need. Okay, this is the answer, and after that we have to find the percentage error. We have to find the percentage error. So what will be that percentage error? How to calculate? So for calculating the percentage error, we will find the average of this mean. Okay, so first we will find delta A average. Delta A average means what? Delta A average means what? Add these three values, they are all positive. Okay, no negative here, so they are all positive. Add the three values and divide by 3. So A bar minus A1 mod plus A bar minus A2 mod plus A bar minus A3 mod by 3. In this way you will get delta A mean. Okay, so mean error, this is the mean error. Okay, so mean absolute error we can tell. Okay, so this is mean absolute error for our calculation, and this is the mean cross sectional area. Okay, so what will be the percentage error? We had already learned how to calculate the percentage error in the second chapter, units and measurement. So percentage error will be what? Percentage error is delta A average, mean delta A. So delta A average by A average, mean A, okay, A bar into 100. This much percentage. So this is the calculation. So at the end we will write the cross sectional area of the wire is this much. Whatever the value you will get after calculation, this much is the cross sectional area with percentage error, this value. Whatever the value you will get here, that is the percentage error. Some value you will get here. Okay, some value you will get here, that much percentage error. So the answer is the cross sectional area of the wire is this much meter square with percentage error this much percentage. Clear? So this is all about the calculation and practical thing, how you will do the practical, that thing I have already shown you in the virtual lab session, and before that I have already discussed about the theoretical part. Okay, so this is all about the calculation of diameter and cross sectional area, and at the end percentage error of a wire. Okay, of a wire using screw gauge. Okay.